Hello and welcome to our introduction to MATLAB. This is the first video in an installment that will hopefully help teach you MATLAB and help you better understand coding language in general. Now for this first video I want to just go over some of the basic functions in MATLAB. They're not really functions, just some of the buttons, what you can do, what you can't do, things like that, to just really help you learn about the coding language and the program that you're going to be using for your project or whatever it may be. So one of the things in MATLAB that I really like is, or that you should probably know, is just the comment function. You see, I've just titled this. This is actually a script. So, but we'll get into that stuff. So right now I've just used the parenthesis, and then you can type whatever you want. And so that actually won't be in your code. It'll just be there to explain to you what certain things mean, or maybe just to help you remember what something is. Now, something that I enjoy is let's say we're working on a problem and we've typed a bunch of stuff and we want to then comment it out, but it can get tedious to do all that. So here is how you would, then you can go and you see our functions up here. We can just go to comment, and now let's comment. We can also do that with a entire block. So let me show you how to do that. We would just highlight it and then go here. Actually, this one. And it just comments the whole thing out. And if we want to undo that, we just go. Actually, you probably just want to do the undo button. Yeah, that's another thing you should probably know where it is. Undo, redo. This is if you have multiple programs running and you want to switch between. This is our save function. Some other basic things that we have in here. All right, as far as home goes, this is really just where you're going to pick out what what kind of script you want, new script, a live script. We'll get into more of what those are. Just we have varying functions, but the new script, or just a script and a live script, are the two main ones. This is open. This is where we can go to look at all our files and find them. Import data, you see you'll have you can have like .text files of your values and varying things like that. And so importing data is very important, or very useful to help you work with your data and analyze it. We also have things that like we can plot. You see all these varying charts. We'll get into more plotting later. This is more just a basic overview. We have apps. There's certain programs that can help with our code for specific functions that we may need to do. Some of the ones that I've used that are pretty helpful are the instrument control ones, and so that was for just testing data, and we'll just testing data and measurements and analyzing that. It's kind of complex, so I won't get into it into an introductory course, but just know that is something that you can do. The editor is where you'll be working with. That'll be the space that you'll be in when you're typing out these scripts or live scripts or whatever you may be. Some of the things I find useful in here, like I said, are the comments. And so here's another, just if you want to, we'll get into if you want to bold or italicize certain plots, certain fonts that you put on a plot, these are what you would be using. You can also do LaTeX. I don't know if you guys have any. LaTeX is another type of language, I would say. I don't know if I'd call it a language, but it's just a different way to type out equations. So like, yeah, if you've ever had anything with LaTeX, some of the commands that could be helpful with you if that's what you're comfortable writing your equations in. It also looks better. So if we can go, we can do that and then just display it to see what it would look like. That's helpful. One of the other things that I wanted to touch on is you see this current folder over here. That if you want to work and have data that is mentioned in other in your script, then you need to have it in the current folder that you're working with, and you'll see it'll say, let me see if I can do this. No, it doesn't want to, but probably in the next video I'll show you some of that stuff. I've shown you the .text document with it, but this is where I actually went and actually analyzed my data, and that you see that the .text is with my MATLAB code, which it needs to be in the same path, and it'll bring up an error if it's not. So make sure that that's taken care of. One of the things that I use to utilize this is called the MATLAB drive, and that just is, it's like a cloud for MATLAB. It keeps everything in there, but if not, you can go and change your directory and see where everything is and pick and choose what to add to path, and that's very helpful with when it comes to working with numerous sets of data that you need to analyze. And so I think that's all I really wanted to cover in this one. Don't want to overwhelm too much, you know. So some of the things, the basic commenting and uncommenting is really helpful. Undo and redo, you know, that's sometimes that's hidden, and that's one of my qualms with MATLAB. It's you would expect it to be over here, but it's up here, so just remember that, keep that in mind. And just the different functions that you'll see as far as plots are apps that can help us, different text manipulators, and our editor, as well as the folder, is what I really want to touch on. And while I talk about the folder, I'll also say the workspace also, it helps us show our values, and you can see it as well in here. So that's just another place to go. And then the command window, that'll have its own video because it's very important and you can do a lot in it. So that's actually probably going to be our next video, and I will see you then. Well, I won't see you, but I'll talk to you then, and hopefully this was helpful, and I hope that you guys get out there and start using some of this knowledge for your code, because MATLAB is a very, very helpful language, not just for engineers, but anyone that's analyzing some type of data in general, and it can be fun, so hopefully I can help you make it easier. Alright guys, I'll talk to you.